have one question for our second judge here. Judge, you remember a couple years ago going on a broadcast called Visible Voices Podcast?
I do, Senator.
All right. Here's what you said. It was just a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not talking way back in law school or anything. We're talking about a couple years. You'd been on the bench how long? 8 years then?
I've been on the bench almost 10.
Yeah. Well, but when you said this in front of God and country, you'd been on the bench 8. You said it in January 31, 2022. Here's what you said, quote, "I think that COVID has brought a lot of these issues to bear, especially in the legal profession, where I tell a lot of people all the time, we, the people, never included people of color or women. When you have an institution that is set up by property-owning white men for 200 years or so, it wasn't geared toward thinking about what would be the best work schedule or how we could really incorporate women with children in this field. So it's been a challenge that COVID was exacerbated." End quote. Did I read that correctly?
Yes, Senator, you did.
And then you go on later in the podcast to call for quotas based on gender, don't you?
No, sir, I never,
Yes, you
ever
do.
claimed
If the
anything
senator
about
will give
quotas.
me time, I'll read what you said. May I finish reading what you said? The witnesses denied believing in quotas based on gender, and I have the quote.
Senator, you may read the quote, and then she will give an opportunity to respond.
Okay, here's your quote, Judge. Your words, not mine. Quote, "I think recognizing implicit bias is really important." Me too. "But I'll be honest, I don't think that's enough. Because the truth of the matter is nobody is going to voluntarily give up their position in favor of women. Women have to demand it. Women have to be willing to require and hold people accountable, hold men who are in those positions accountable, and say, quote, why don't we have an equal number of supervising judges, close quote." You didn't tell me the truth, did you? You believe in quotas based on gender, don't you?
Senator, your time's expired. I'd let the witness respond.
Thank you. No, I have never advocated on behalf of quotas. I think it's undisputed
Well,
that
what
at the
was
time.
this?
Please
I just
continue,
read it.
continue
I think
to
at the
respond.
time that the Constitution was written, there is no question that it did not include women, and it did not include people of color in the definition of we the people.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a landmark ruling that's been shaking up courtrooms and sparking debates about criminal justice reform and sentencing guidelines. We're breaking down every angle, the decision, the fallout, and what it signals for the future. Stay with us because this one matters for anyone who cares about fairness in the legal system. It all started when a federal judge handed down a controversial sentence in a high-profile case, departing significantly from standard guidelines. The core question is whether mandatory minimums are serving justice or simply filling prisons with non-violent offenders who deserve a second chance. The ruling spread like wildfire across social media, drawing sharp reactions from both sides of the aisle. Some applauded the judge for exercising compassion and judicial discretion, while others argued that departing from established guidelines undermines consistency and public trust in the courts. At the end of the day, these conversations are necessary. Whether you stand with the judge's decision or believe the guidelines exist for good reason, one thing is undeniable: how we sentence people defines the kind of society we choose to be. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's keep this important conversation alive.
Tell me the truth, did you? You believe in quotas based on gender, don't you?
Senator, your time's expired. I'd let the witness respond.
Thank you. No, I have never advocated on behalf of quotas. I think it's undisputed
Well,
that
what
at the
was
time.
this?
Please
I just
continue,
read it.
continue
I think
to
at the
respond.
time that the Constitution was written, there is no question that it did not include women, and it did not include people of color in the definition of we the people. We, as women and people of color, have only recently been able to be judges or jurors or politicians. But the systems that were created when I was excluded and when people of color were excluded continue. All I was commenting upon is that the diversity in the judiciary builds integrity in the system and public confidence in those institutions. I never mentioned anything about
There's a genuine disagreement between those who believe historical inequities continue to shape present outcomes and those who believe modern institutions should be evaluated purely on current merit and conduct. Both perspectives reflect sincere values, one prioritizing structural awareness, the other prioritizing individual accountability.